Good morning, everybody. And I should say, I'm amazed, and I was expecting to see a whole bunch of female audience as we are talking about women empowerment today. So I think I should actually give you a applause for the amount of audience I have here. Absolutely fantastic. All need to applaud for yourself. So, to begin with, my name is Dr. Niveditha Manokaran, and I am a dermatologist and venereologist from India. And I do sexual health and reproductive health in Sydney, and I also do HIV medicine. And to start off, I'd like to thank the Chennai Institute of Technology for this amazing opportunity and to be able to talk to all the people who are going to be the future of tomorrow. And it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you. So I just want to ask, how many of you can actually identify or put your hands up if this is how your work scene in the morning looks like? Nobody. Nobody's morning work scene. Oh, see? So that's good. Thank you. Thank you. Because this is how ideally my work day on every day actually starts. So before this scene is achieved, I'm probably up 3-4 hours before this has happened already. And I am probably doing awesome. So this is how my routine looks like in the morning. I've woken up 3-4 hours before. I'm trying to sip a cup of coffee, and I'm packing 2 lunch boxes as I've got 2 boys. And while I'm packing lunch boxes, I'm also thinking what I want to give them for breakfast. And I'm thinking, what do I have in my fridge to cook for dinner? Or should I stop by the grocery store to get something for them? And I'm also thinking, who's going to pick up number 2 to take him to a lesson that evening? And then number 1 walks in and tells me, I don't want to take the train. Why don't you pick me up after work? So after all of this, I managed to have a shower and get out. And I've spent 30 minutes trying to pull my little one out of the bed. And then we go in for a shower, where he's probably asking me questions about how Macintosh became Mac, and what is the date that Harry Potter went and started Hogwarts. I'm very proud of him, but I should say, well, today is Google's world, and I may not have answer to all of those things. I am proud, but at the same time, I'm a bit ashamed of that as well. And as we are doing that, he tells me today is the last day for the science homework to be submitted, and I definitely need coins for a truck van, which is very important because the truck shop is so important and all my friends are going. At this point, early in the morning, I want to fall apart and I really want to cry, but I pull myself up together. And then we come out of the shower, manage to do the science homework that's going to go, empty our piggy banks upside down, take the coins, and then we go to work. As I'm driving and dropping him off for a school drop-off, that's when I try to put my makeup because I need to look presentable at workforce with my car mirror. Also hoping that I don't hit any red light cameras, and also hoping that I don't speed or get a fine or anything of that kind. And then I rush. So by the time I reach to our office workspace, I'm mentally exhausted, physically exhausted, and then I see my most privileged male peers probably sipping a cup of tea or a coffee, and then some of them actually looking at the clock and rolling their eyes. Don't worry, there are so much more expectations out of a woman in a workforce. They want you to work so hard like you don't have children. They want you to parent like you don't have a job. They also think that women who are at home are not successful enough, but then women chasing a career, selfish. All in the middle of trying to tell that women who are childless are still being judged and seen as incomplete in today's world. Go and get that career, they tell us, but not at the expense of your family. They also say that. And then they say, go and earn whatever you want, earn more, but then not so much to emasculate your man. And then we also hear this so often, where they say, go and get what you want, think like a man, but don't act like one because you may not be liked by others. So we have all these do this, but don't do that all the time. Then there comes entire peer group where they can work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then they're like, who needs flexible hours? Because your companion at home is trying to manage home, work, children, and a whole bunch of other things. And after your 7 p.m. slot, you all decide to go and have a drink and socialize. How exactly are women force supposed to join that social group? Because socializing is very important to come up the work ladder. But how are we going to do that? How are we going to go up this ladder socializing when you're trying to be a mom, a daughter-in-law, a wife, and also a successful co-worker? These are the challenges that is coming in front of you all the time. Your goals are not different, your work schedules are not different, and when we try to address this, I'm sure that is when they are going to tell us that you women want equality. And definitely the equality didn't come when I was showering up or dragging the morning chores or trying to cook a meal, did it? And what is very, very important here is our best friend for all our women is the beautiful monthly cycle that comes in time. You know, it's like, ta-da, I'm here. So not only do we bleed 5 days straight up, but the amount the hormone causes, the amount of imbalance, mood swings, food cravings, you want to cry, you're hurting, you have a headache, all the pain and whatnot, the joy of being a woman. So that comes in while you perform. The next one is your pregnancy. Of course, all women are supposed to have children, that's what they say, and they expect you to, while you're also expected to work in the same pace that you've been as you raise and grow another heartbeat inside yourself. The amount of sulk and the amount of expression that we people actually cope when we even remotely slow down in workforce while you're pregnant is just unbelievable. I understand that there is maternity leave for 6 months to 1 year that people can take, but however, we are made to feel guilty about that leave that we are taking. I remember when I was studying as a student here, we had my colleagues who were pregnant come back in 45 days after they have delivered a baby, and I think that was amazing. I don't know how I did it because I wasn't a parent at that point. And what is important is while you're taking that break to actually have a baby, to be a mother, to nurture, to feed, to love, at the back of your head, it is just so unfortunate how it is running that what is going to happen to my job? Who else is going to go up while I am doing this? And that is a shame. We should have to do it without that feeling or without that guilt at the back of our head. And that is what is very important. And now, we're talking about self-love and self-care and mental health to all the women all the time. How are you supposed to take care and do self when we ourselves are raised by saying self means selfish, not selfless? So we are in a place where we've been raised telling that others are always before you. And when you put yourself in front of others, it's almost like there is a whiplash. It's almost like you've done something wrong and you feel awful about it. So these are the challenges that, all women, or even all of us sometimes go through. In spite of everything that I have spoken today, I really want to say that women have been CEOs, are today CEOs, presidents, are in the army, are in the navy, air force, vice president of United States, prime ministers of country, doctors, engineers, head of the departments, and whatnot. So we really have to take pride and understand that yes, with all these challenges, this is definitely doable. So yes, I'm going to say, in spite of the first slide that I showed you and how my life looks and how it started and taking care of kids and all of that, here I am today in front of all of you. I've flown all the way from Sydney to come here and give this talk to you. And I've got 2 boys who's been taken care of by my support system that I have, friends, family, everything that I've set up for myself. And I want to say, in order to do something that you want to do in your life, you're always going to face challenges. And the most important part is you need to believe in yourself that you're going to get there and you're going to do it somehow. I also want to say that this journey is definitely going to be a big struggle. There's going to be a lot of struggle, and all these struggles are only like road bumps or speed bumpers before you reach your final destination. There is no way, there is no quick way to reach that final destination. So it is going to be there. So we have to accept those bumps in our life and face it. There's no point saying I have a bump and I will not move forward. And the last thing is, while we are struggling and while I'm doing what I'm doing, or all of us are doing what we are doing, there will be these people who tell us what is right and what is not right. And if you notice, most of the time we won't be doing what we are doing because we're worried about what people will tell us. So the most important recipe to success is to not worry about whoever or those people who tell you what they tell you. Because as you go through your journey, what you want to achieve, you will have these people telling you what they will want to tell you. So on the end of the day, I just want to say, there is a very common saying these days, strong women need a day in bed, need a strong cup of coffee, need a big hug, maybe even a cry, but we come back stronger because we are all fighters and we never give up. So thank you once again for this amazing, amazing opportunity today. And I really hope I pulled it off, saying each one of us can actually do what we want if we try, and sky is the limit. Thank you.